how we do observe from it. With Foster's leadership, Pine Lodge Center is undergoing the application for accreditation as an accredited treatment facility. The accreditation process requires analysis of every aspect of operation of the facility and program, a process in which the board greatly appreciates Foster's leadership. Foster is viewed as a resource person on addiction services and recovery programs in the province, as evidenced by his invitation to participate in the ministry's provincial advisory committee several years ago. Whether Foster is the recipient of the Angus Campbell Award or not, he will continue to dedicate his efforts to improvements in addictions recovery services. Foster is a humble man, appreciative, but not overly interested in accolades. In this regard, we remind Foster that this is your day, and he is a person of which Angus Campbell would truly be proud. Foster is devoted to his family and friends, who he often considers as his ultimate family, and also his community. In spite of personal challenges over the years, Foster never missed a beat regarding his responsibility to the Regina Recovery Home or to Pine Lodge. He loves doing his work, and Saskatchewan's addicted people have a greater opportunity to recover as a result. And for this, I believe Foster Munson is the most deserving candidate for the Angus Campbell Award. With that, Foster, would you please come forward?
Thank you, Ruth. Now that you all know that I'm a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, my name is Foster Munson, and I am an alcoholic.
Hi, Foster.
I'm a grateful member of the Eureka Luncheon Group, which meets every Friday noon in Regina. And for those of you who are a member of our program, we invite you there. And for those who are not, we invite you too. It's an open meeting, and we appreciate having people come and see who we are. In fact, often we have people who are working in either the health profession or especially in the addiction area that come to our meeting, and we like having them there. I want to thank Ruth especially for those gracious comments that you made with respect to the work that I do, some of which I've actually forgotten that I do, and I'm sure some of it's true. I'm sure that's true, but I also would like to say that whatever you said provides nourishment for my ego too, so thank you very much. It's truly an honor, and I'm humbled by this award, and I have to tell you that when Ruth phoned me back about 10 days ago or so and told me that I was about to receive it, that I have to tell you that it brought tears to my eyes, and I guess it is today too. It's an even greater honor to be placed in such distinguished ranks as those past honorees who came before me. Many of them are and have been colleagues of mine in the past, and have contributed greatly to the work of addictions in the province of Saskatchewan. And I can't help but think of our good friend Jack Greening, who left us in 2011. He was a very, very special man. I have to say special thanks to Rand Teed for nominating me for this award without my knowledge. I might add, because I'm not sure that I would have encouraged him to do so if I had known that. And I would like to thank the advisory committee to APASC as well for vetting that nomination, and for those people who provided letters of support, for that nomination. I thank you very much. I would like receiving this award in the name of Angus Campbell. And man who was truly humble in the energy, enthusiasm, and hard work that he provided to helping those who, individuals who were suffering from addiction and their families, makes it very, very special. I knew Angus, I met Angus with his good friend at the time, John Tkachuk, who's passed away as well, a number of years ago when, the last conversation I had with Angus was when Regina Roundup had invited him to be a speaker with a bunch of other old-timers who had over 40 years of sobriety. And I have to tell you that Angus showed up. He was probably then in his mid-80s and had been sober, I'm thinking, close to 50 years. And he spoke with the same energy and enthusiasm and was just as engaging as he ever was. And I don't know if many of you, you probably didn't know Angus Campbell, or maybe some of you know a little about it, but Angus was the first employee of the Saskatchewan Bureau of Alcoholism, which was established in 1953 by the province of Saskatchewan. And this particular government organization, right from the very beginning, recognized as a result of Angus's work that alcoholism was a disease and that the government could play a role in assisting individuals recover from that disease. Angus subsequently worked for SADAC for a number of years. That's the old Saskatchewan Alcohol and Drug Commission. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think he was the first director of Calder, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, too, as a result of the work that Angus did in the province of Saskatchewan, he received the Saskatchewan Order of Merit, I guess it is, and he also received the Order of Canada. And these are no small accomplishments for an individual working in the field of alcoholism and drug addiction. But I have to tell you that what Angus mostly was, Angus loved alcoholics, and he worked tirelessly to help those individuals who were suffering from this disease and their families who recover and lead healthy and productive lives. Ruth asked me to tell me a little bit how I got here, and I will tell you that it was, like Angus, this was a man, his name was Al Reed, and he was an employee of the BC Alcoholism Commission back almost 40 years ago, when I was having a great deal of problems with my own alcoholism. And he was there for me, and he was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, and he told me his story, and then I was sitting there listening to him, and he started to cry, and you know, my first thought came to mind, does he do this with every individual that comes along? I mean, this has to be amazing. Here's a man crying and telling me a story. But what happened was, it was such a strong impact on me that this was the first time that I had talked to somebody who understood what I was going through. And I later realized there was nothing more than a 12-step call. And Al led me to my first Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and I met my first sponsor, and that sponsor encouraged me to get involved as a volunteer in service work in Alcoholics Anonymous, and at that point I was hooked. I worked at, my first job was as an assistant to the assistant chairperson of the literature committee of the Calgary Intergroup, and I thought it was a big deal. I really did. I didn't hear it. But guess what? You know, this is the first time anybody had trusted me for years to do anything that was of a responsible nature. And I thought, hey, how cool can this be? And you know, and what's happened over the years after that is whenever I've been asked to do anything, and they say that in Alcoholics Anonymous too, that whenever you're asked to do anything, you can't say no, you just go ahead and you do it. And for those of you who are in AA, I hope you're doing that. But anyway, that's what I did. And probably to the chagrin of my family sometimes, because I've taken up a lot of their time. And Ruth is looking at her watch, and I don't want to take too much time because you obviously got some other things that you need to do here. But if you just indulge me for a moment, and you know, I'm the oldest person. I'm pretty sure I'm the oldest person in this room. And you know, there's a poem, you know, when you grow old, I'll wear purple, and you get to say just about anything you damn well please. And Ruth has assured me this is my day to get to say what I need to say sometimes. And I'm going to say it to you today. You know, the government and the health regions today think that they're doing a lot, you know, in terms of helping the addicted recover. But you know, the thing is that there's much, much more needs to be done. They think they're doing a lot by initiating the lean process and providing motivational interviewing. You know, this is what they think is a big deal. And you know, if I draw a little quick analogy, you know, if you jump off the top story of a 100-story building for 99 floors, you can think that you're flying. But it's only when you come to a sudden stop that you realize this isn't the case. And so it is with the health regions of government. They think they are flying. Now, what all needs to be done here? Well, we talk about this, and we do it on deaf ears, we speak to deaf ears most of the time. We talk about expanding the continuum of care, you know, for the individual. We need long-term recovery treatment aftercare facilities after we go through treatment. We need a long-term youth treatment facility. We need early education in the schools for children to understand, you know, the nature of alcoholism. FASD. Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the establishment of an independent, self-governing, you know, additional professional association, you know, with licensure for every individual who's practicing in this field. I mean, put yourself in the case of a family. Would you not want their counselor to know what they were doing, to be licensed? This would be a great idea. This is the kind of thing that needs to happen. And sometimes we as I said, we speak to this issue on deaf ears. Well, Ruth, I'll get off my soapbox here, but you know, receiving this award, there's so many people that deserve it equally to me, and those are the people who have worked on the teams that I have worked with and continue to work with over the years. These are very, very special teams, and I want to encourage you people who are not members of the Distribution Professional Associations of Saskatchewan or SABAS to get involved and make a difference. Each one of you can make a difference. There was an individual, Mahatma Gandhi, and I want to quote what he said. He said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. And when you become involved in organizations like APAS and SABAS and CACCF, you can make a difference. You can either be a part of the problem or you can be a part of the solution. But, you know, people who do this kind of work, this is not a job. This is a calling. And we do it for the love of the work. Today I would especially like to thank APAS, the boards of SABAS, the Saskatchewan Association for the Betterment of Addictions. I should put this out. I'd like to thank the provincial committee, the advisory committee on addictions. They've been great people as well. I'd like to thank my own board, Regina Recovery Board, Recovery Homes, and I would like to, which is the governing body, as you know, of Pine Lodge, and I would like to ask for the name of all of you individually, but I can assure you though that each of one of you that I know, you know, all have been influenced by Angus Campbell, and you act in the best traditions of his philosophy. What we do because as Angus did, we love alcoholics.